That's better. Let's see if we can't do this in two places at once again tonight. Perhaps we made it live in both places. I think we did. I think we did it. Awesome. Hey, everybody. It's Monday, and I'm Sarah from Your Creative Junction, and we are crafting live tonight. I have two projects on the go, and I'm going to try and keep this to an hour. So I will do my best to engage in comments, say hello, leave us a heart, share us, do all the things that help to spread the word about what it is that we're doing here at Your Creative Junction. It's almost summer. It feels like summer. We are on the countdown to school being over. Lots of struggle bus there at the moment, but we're getting ready to launch all things summer when it comes to crafting. And what I get asked about a lot is what's happening in Creative Studio. And for those of you who don't know, Creative Studio is the term that we use to describe our drop-in crafting. So you can book a seat if you know you're coming, or you can just walk in and hope that there are seats available. There usually are. But everybody wants to know, what are my options? And because our creative studio or our space is more than just one craft, it's more than just pottery, or it's more than just painting, there are so many options. So I'm working really hard to try and get samples done of all of those options for you, so that you can see them on the website, you can see them here during live sessions, and you will be able to see in real time on the shelves so that you can actually pick one up and feel it and see it and all of those things. So I'm going to try and do one of these tonight. These are brand new to us. These are some super cool new coasters. It's hard to tell, but one is clear glass, one is pinkish. And so I'm going to show you how easy this is to make your own set of super adorable summer coasters. And we are going to use our pressed florals tonight on those two. Plus, I have a new insert for my truck. So we're going to do that as well. So let's get crafting. And if you are watching live, let me know in the comments, say hello so that I know that you're here. Leave us a heart, share out, all of those fun things. I would love it. So I'm going to drop you down just so you can see what's on the craft table, and we're going to get going here because I got lots of crafting to do and not a ton of time. So I'm just going to do one of these, I think. We'll see how I feel about it. And I've got a whole ton of florals. I think I'm going to go with the clear one because I want to be able to use a bunch of different colors. So I'm going to set that guy aside. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know. Which color scheme would you put on your coaster? I love them. Look at how cute that is for summer. This is soda, by the way. My favorite. A&W, sugar-free. But it is adorable. You put your coffee cup on there. Love it. So let's see. I'm going to flip it over so that all of the hard work is on the outside. And we're going to seal it really, really well so that everything stays put. Actually, I probably should shake this. We're using Mod Podge tonight for this part. And that should do the trick. We've used this on our candles before when we've done our pressed florals. We've used this on our, oh my gosh, those frames, those gorgeous gold frames. We've used those as well. I should probably pick out some flowers before I get too far ahead of myself. So I'm just using a foam brush. Hopefully I move that so you can see. And I'm using Mod Podge to get, you want to move, you don't want your Mod Podge to dry on you. So I'm going to use my Mod Podge and my finger. These florals are super delicate. They are real flowers that have been dried. So you will get little pieces that break off and move around and stick to your fingers and all the things, and that's okay. Totally okay. I should have brought a pair of tweezers because already my fingers are sticky. But I'm going to create, this is so fun. You could do this with your kids. You could do this with your girlfriends. You could do this on a date night. How fun would that be? There's so many options. I'm going to leave that long and trim it off afterwards. These packs of flowers that we have also come with some green. So I like that because you can then throw in, this one's a bit big. I'm just going to tear it. But you can throw in some leaves so that it looks even more realistic. And then I just go ahead and add another layer of Mod over top. Sometimes with the stems, like the one that's on this flower, they don't want to cooperate, and that's okay. You can put more Mod on top and see if it'll stick. Sometimes you have to choose a different flower. It just is what it is. If it's too thick and it doesn't want to stay put, it's not going to stay on your coaster or your floral candle or your photo frame, any of those things. You would have to choose something simpler or something little less thick. I'm liking these ones that these remind me of dandelions. I know they're not, but that's what they're reminding me of. So I'm gonna stick to a whole bunch of those around as well. I have them in all sorts of colors. So that's why I know they're not dandelions. I got pink and I got orange and I got white. So we are in all the different colors, and I'm just going to keep putting Mod over top. And once it dries, the Mod Podge dries clear, which is super nice. So then you can, you won't see it from the other side. Ooh, I might have to steal this guy. This one is definitely in my color palette. Put this over here so that, see if I can't find another stem to create like a little vignette of flowers that are all coming up daisies. That's what just jumped into my head. So let's do it. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. These ones all must have fallen out of a package that is loose inside of my little container here. So when you come to Creative Studio, the nice thing about that is that it is a great opportunity to connect with others because it's self-guided. So your host, whoever's working, we call them hosts, will seat you and give you your options and chat you through, answer any questions. We'll bring you your supplies and everything that you need to have an amazing experience. But you're gonna go at your own pace, and it's all intended for you to be able to relax and create without the need of a class, a formal class, or an instructor, or any of those things. So at a Creative Studio session, you could be in the room with other people, or even at the same table as some other people who are all doing different crafts. And that's the beauty of it. It's an opportunity to connect, to make new friends. You'd be surprised. So there's always lots of connecting happening around the craft table. And then you get to work at your own pace and make your own creation. So everyone can be working on something different. You can come with a group of people and everybody be working on something different. I love that about Creative Studio. It's relaxed. It's not formal. It can be drop-in. You can come spur of the moment if the weather's not great, or plans fall through, or a friend shows up and you want something to do. It's all ages, so the kids are welcome to come also, which is kind of cool. And And so you can get something for everybody around the table. I'm just trimming these ones because they're too long and too thick. And at the end of an hour and a half or 2 hours, however long it takes you, most crafts are going to take you between an hour and 2 to complete. And you're going to take home whatever it is that you've worked on, which is the beauty of this whole idea of drop-in crafting. And the menu changes often. It is based off of feedback from others and inspiration that pops into my head or others' heads. I take suggestions on a regular basis. So if you have an idea, please share it with me, send it along. I would love to see your ideas and your suggestions and share them with me. You never know, they may end up on the menu. And yeah, so that's why it changes so often, is because one, it's seasonal, obviously. So we're not going to do like floral coasters necessarily in the wintertime, but we definitely want to do them in the summertime when we're all thinking patio season and summer get-togethers and parties and whatnot. So this is a great idea. We also have, some that stick around all the time. So watercolor painting and acrylic painting, junk journaling, candle painting is another one that is around all the time. There's slime and clay building. Those ones are on the menu all the time. But these kind of things like, the painted flower pots are also on the menu starting in June. So those are all things that are seasonal, and we wouldn't necessarily have them year round. But certainly if we had the supplies and you really wanted to paint a pot in January, you could. No one's going to stop you. So, but there are lots of things, lots for adults, lots for kids. And one of the really nice thing is if you come with kids, we will ask you, but we will likely place you in the kids room. And we do that intentionally because there are lots of open-ended activities in that room. It is set up for mess all the time. And if they get bored of, creating whatever it is they set out to create, then they can move on to Lego or fort building or book reading or sketching. Like, there's just tons and tons of options in there that help keep them busy while the adults finish their crafts, which is oftentimes, as a parent, that would be my concern too, is, well, how are we going to keep Johnny occupied? Because he blows through things pretty fast. And that's partially what's intended. Like, think of us as your crafting basement. There are loose parts. I call them loose parts creativity all around. And the kids can just, when set be, and they're not required to copy someone else's art and they're allowed to use their own creativity, you would be surprised what they will come up with. So we have all sorts of creative supplies out for them that they have access to, and it's okay. They can make a mess and you don't have to stress about it. And they can create while you're creating too, which is kind of fun. Okay, I'm loving this at this point. So I'm going to leave it to dry and we'll see what it looks like after I got my other project done. So from the backside, wet, it looks like that, which is kind of cool. And once it's dry, right, this is what the other side looks like. Once all of that Mod Podge dries, it will be clear, and all you will see is the beautiful flowers on my coaster. So I'll update you. We'll see how quickly this dries, and I will show you at the end, because I'm going to move on to project 2, get those out of my way, and we will move on to our next project. Your foam brushes with Mod Podge can be washed and reused if you get to the sink fast enough. If you let it dry, it's a lost cause. Just throw them out because it doesn't like to. It's a form of glue, right? I think I just got it on my shirt. But it's a form of glue. So if you let it dry in that foam brush, it's probably, you're not going to salvage it. It's okay. just toss it. I'm liking that. That turquoise is my favorite color. So can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Fabulous. All right, we're going to leave that over here for now to dry. And we'll pull over. I'm going to paint tonight as well. So I have my little Canada Day truck insert. So I did my barn door insert. I don't think I recorded that, but I can show it to you. So we're going to do our truck insert as well. Take the opportunity to be patriotic and put up some Canada Day things. Even if it is only for a couple of days, that's okay. So it's totally fine. If you've never seen me paint one of these before, I'm going to use my Deco Art paint today because it's the right color. I have other paint on the paint wall, but these were some of the paints that we used for our craft kits, our mystery boxes. And so I'm using up some of the red because I know I probably won't use it next month. So I like to take all of my parts that are the same color. I separate by color. That's what makes it make sense in my head. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm take all of these guys off, and I'm going to do all of the red bits first. This is red. This is red. This is red. There's some red on here. This is not red. My Canada broke. That's okay. I'll show you how to put it together. It happens. Sometimes the fonts are really fine, and it happens. These two are red. This part is red. This is not. So I'm just going to get started. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever painted a sign like this before? Are you a mystery box subscriber? Did you get your box? Have you picked it up already? I want to hear all about it. There's still a fair number of them over there. So we just posted that they were ready for pickup on Sunday. So, and we were closed today. So it makes sense that not many of them have been picked up. But if you got yours, let me know what you thought. I would love to hear. I choose to paint like this with a sponge because I find I get great coverage and it absorbs into the wood nicely, but I don't have excess paint that slips down the sides. I like my edges, my burnt edges, to stay clean. And so that's why I do it like this. Now, sometimes with a saturated color like this, I have to come back and do a second coat. That's okay. It dries super quick because there's not a ton of paint on my sponge. So by the time I get the first coat done on all of these pieces, they will be dry, and I can go around and do a second coat where I need to. So I do love that. Get all of this done, and then it's because it paints up so quick. Then I can, and it dries so fast. I can just go right ahead and add the glue and put it all together. No big deal. Super fast. I don't see any comments on Facebook or on Instagram, so who knows? Maybe they're not working. If you're watching, please leave a comment and let me know so I can see whether or not they're actually working. It is a Monday of all Mondays, but it was gorgeous today. Both puppies had to get a haircut, and so we stressed through that a little bit. That was a long trek to the groomers. Construction, school woes, all the fun things. We've only got a week left of school, so we just got to get through it. Lots of projects and exam stress happening right now. So we'll get through it, and then they're done. Done class as of Friday, and then have exams to write next week. So I'm sure that it's going to be a couple of weeks of stress. If you have high school kids, let me know. Are they stressing? I might actually do this with a marker because I don't want to go over. I want white in here, and I don't want to go over. my line, keep my line pretty straight. I'll see how I can fare out here on the big flag. I might have to touch up with a, not doing too badly. Yeah, there we go. It'll be interesting to see whether or not I can do the white the same though, because the white needs to go in the center. How was your Monday? Did you have a good Monday? Was it a Monday of Mondays? Oh, I need to do silver in there. I didn't bring any silver with me. So I will grab my markers, I think. You could also tape this off. This big flag is going to go over top there. So the bulk of this back part isn't going to be seen. But I'm going to paint it anyway. And try and keep that line straight because I'm going to do white in the middle. Ugh, not with my non-dominant hand. That wasn't a good idea. Let's see if I can straighten that puppy out. Maybe I need to use a paintbrush. Oh gosh. There we go. See what we can do here. This one out of the way. And then we'll go this way here. These kits that we paint, that I paint pretty often on our Monday Lives, because there's so many of them to show you. They are also available during a creative studio. You would just have to let us know in advance that you were coming, because at the moment, because we're still under construction in the center space of the studio, we don't have a ton of space to keep stock. We will eventually, but we just don't right now. So if you want something specific, we would just need to order it in, make sure it's cut and ready for you, so that you could paint it at a studio session. We have a couple of ladies who've ordered a number of things, and we just keep their kits in storage for them so that when they can come to paint, then they just come when they can and paint away. And when a project is done, they take it home. That works too. Absolutely. Paint. Oh, I want? I don't want the red to be different, so I'm going to do it with a brush. Red's one of those colors that's so super finicky. So many different shades of red. And so if I go use a marker, I'm liable to not match it. And the maple leaf is also red, so it's going to be so close that you will notice. You'll notice more so than you won't notice if my scallop isn't exactly the way it's supposed to be. So this works. Can probably do most of it with a sponge. Red paint off my scissors before it dries. That makes my little sponge a little bit smaller, easier to get into this smaller space here, which is fun. So do you decorate for Canada Day? Let me know in the comments. Do you go all out? Do you put up signs? Are you somebody who's driving around with car flags and all that stuff? I would love to know. Or is it just one of those holidays that passes by? This year it's in the middle of the week. So does it just pass by and you're like, nope, I don't decorate. I don't do home decor for Canada Day. Would love to know where you're at. Which team are you on? Oh, maybe I never even thought, is there a hockey game on tonight? Maybe that's what everybody's doing. I'm not watching it anymore. My team's out, so not that I really have a team, but Greg has a team. So, and he's still watching it when it's on and he's awake. I got my sponge super wet, but then I take most of it off on my paper, if you haven't noticed that before, just so that I have a little bit more control. I don't want globs of paint. And by having enough paint on, like, it's hard to describe, but enough paint that it's going to get onto the wood, but not so much paint that it's leaving marks. Like, you can't, there's not globs of paint, if that makes any sense. That looks good. I'm actually pretty happy with the way that this is covering, because it doesn't look like I'm going to need a second coat, which is awesome. Red, 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 red. That's it. I don't know what this piece is. We'll just move it over here till I figure it out. So I'm just going to wipe off my brush because I didn't bring any water to the table. Figures. Go figures. But I will put, my wet wipes will do the trick tonight to get all of the paint off my fingers and off of my brush as I'm going. So I do have to get a silver, and I have to get, I wish I had a white marker, but I'm fairly certain that my white marker is, oh no, I thought I had maybe bought some new Poscas in white, but I don't think I did, just in black. So it is what it is. We'll just carry on. All right, we're going to do some white next and see what happens. We are gearing up for summer. So camp and classes, I don't know if you've noticed on the schedule, we've done things a little bit differently this year. We have gone ahead and scheduled June, July, and August classes, so that, because we get a lot of, oh, I can't make it to that class, it doesn't work for my schedule, will you do that one again? So I'm taking the summer to experiment and see if by running the same classes, different days, but the same classes on for 3 months, if that makes a difference. There are some that are on repeat always, like barn quilts and paint nights and babes craft night, like those kinds of things are always on repeat. Soap making, that sort of stuff. Woodworking, like we change up the project, but there's always woodworking classes. But we're going to see if this makes a difference, if this makes more sense for people. It certainly is. It's a little bit more work for me up front to sort of like pick all the dates. And but in the long run, it will mean that I won't have to do scheduling and website and all that jazz each month all summer, which in theory should mean I should have a little bit of time to maybe get some vacation in. That would be lovely. We've got a strong camp team, and we've got some really great students returning to help Les out. So so I have high hopes that I might be able to actually take some downtime, or, crazy thought, like plan Christmas instead of doing it in the fall, because it just gets out of control. There's no time. So I might be able to pre-plan. Christmas in July is going to be a big thing this year because we already have got that planning started. So there's lots of stuff happening this summer. Whoops. There. This is why I needed a brush or a marker, because I'm making a mess. I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to blend out on me. Just for the edge of that circle. If I'd had the markers out. I also don't love to paint with a brush because then you get all these lines that have to be feathered. It drives me nuts. So I prefer the sponge. Then I don't have to worry about it. There's zero, like it just is so beginner friendly. And the results are great every single time. So we've been doing this for years and I love it. Love, love, love it. We still have people though who prefer to paint with a brush, and that's okay. Just find what works for you. Oh no, I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. Oh boy. Excuse me. Oh boy. Here we go. I think we're just going to have to resolve ourselves to the fact that there's going to be some imperfections on this one. This sort of scalloped banner, I feel like wouldn't be perfect anyway. So it's totally fine. But those brush marks will drive me nuts. So I'm gonna fan all of those out. Maybe I'll do it this way and do my straight edge first. Third one. By the third one, I'll have it sorted out. Look at that. And then I'll go over it with my sponge. It's gotten quiet in here now. My cleaning team was in and there were boxers downstairs and it was quite loud. I was kind of worried that maybe it was going to carry up and onto camera, but I don't think it would have. But they're gone now, so it's quiet. You don't notice them when there's a class in here. You notice the floor vibrating, but you don't notice anything else. And I think there's only like one night a week where we both share sort of our busy night. And you don't really notice it. Once you get going and you're crafting, I certainly don't notice it anymore. Okay, the third one was not the best option, but I don't love that. We'll see if we can fix it. I'm going to add some white polka dots anyway, and probably some distressing. That looks fine. It does. Beautiful. Put this guy over here. And we'll go over here. I see some more folks on Facebook and Instagram. Can somebody put a comment so that I know that they're working? Maybe they're not working. And I'll find all these comments when I log off. Technology is not my friend these days. I found out that there are two class listings on the website that are giving me a hard time. So I might have to just delete them altogether and start over tonight. Our porch refresh class is one of them. So got to get that sorted out because everybody wants to freshen up their porch for summer. New mats and ladders and porch signs, door rounds, all the things. Get this white here in the center. I'm not sure how far down I need to go, but that's probably lots. And I haven't used a brush on one of these signs in quite some time, but the inspo picture for this is very distressed. So I think it makes it so the flag has got a little bit more movement looking if it's not too crisp. So I need to do a little bit more white on my maple syrup bottle here in the center. There's a red flag that's going to go over top of that. And then I think I'm going to do the outside with brown and a baby white. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I think that'll look maple syrupy. What color do I have with me tonight? I have cinnamon sticks, so that should work. I think so. You could also do it with stain or a darker brown. Totally is up to you. I would say whatever you have on hand works just fine. The whole point is for you to have a creative break, not stress out over what colors you have. And if you've got something in your stash, just use it. That's the way I see it. Don't worry about matching colors to a guide of any sort. So, and if you buy this kit from us, so I don't know whether you noticed or not, there is a coupon code in the comments. It'll stay live. I think it stays live till midnight, so you've got time. But our kits all come with the paint, so you don't have to worry about it. It's going to come complete for you, and you don't have to worry. I'm also going to do a little bit here over top of this part where it says, "Oh, Canada." That is, wipe that off with a wipe. There we go. Perfect. All right. So next little section I'm going to do is brown. So these guys are going on here to go grab my glue. And then this guy is going on here. And this one's going here. So I definitely need some silver and some black, which I have, but I don't have silver. I'm going to have to go grab some silver. I don't squeeze out a whole lot of paint. I don't know if anybody who's watching has noticed or not, but you really need very, very little. So don't stress about, and I don't even use a palette anymore. I just use the paper that I'm working off of, or tinfoil, because you need so very little. I'm going to blend those edges and make it look very rustic looking. I think that that's totally fine. I want my beaver to be a different color, so I'm going to add a little bit of black to this mix and see if I like that brown. If not, I'll grab another brown off of because this cinnamon stick has got, a lot of orange in it, but it looks good to represent maple syrup, but not so much for the beaver. So just gonna blend those two guys together. That maple leaf's going over top there, so I'm not too concerned about like this coming over into this space. Get this section wiped on with my little baby wipe. Notice that I haven't even taken any more paint. You just don't need it. It's like once it's on your baby wipe, you're good to go. And if you feel like you've gone too heavy in some spots, then just go to a clean spot on the baby wipe and just wipe some off. It's very forgiving for sure. Oh, that looks great. All right, let's mix in a little bit of black and see. Oh, this one's new. That wasn't very smart of me. I gotta pile of garbage here and broken nails. There we go. My little Mod Podge coaster is coming along. I'm going to put my black right there beside my brown. And I'm going to use the back of my paintbrush to just mix it in and see if I can get black's a hard one because you can go too much too fast, which is probably what I've done. Oh, maybe not. No, I think that's going to be great. So I just want to do my beaver tail and face and body. Most of it's going to be covered by, I'm going to use my baby wipe again. But yes, that looks better. A little bit darker. I'll come back and paint the eyes black. And I don't know what color. Oh, maybe the nose. There's a separate piece for the nose, so I'll paint that as well. But I don't want to go too close to my flagpole here. This is a cute little set for the back of the truck. I like it. I think all of that's going to end up covered. Yeah. Just need to come over here, spread this out. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of the Canada Day decor options, but this year I found some cute ones, and I have a ladder insert that I'm going to do as well. The barn door's done, so I will try and post a still of that tomorrow so you can see it. So really, you could have a whole full coordinating set if you wanted to. Ladder insert in full size and in mini for the arched windows and the mini ladders, and then also in full size for your porch ladder. That's cute. And then the truck set and the barn door set. So you've got something for every single of all of the interchangeables. Could be done in Canada Day, which is kind of cool. I need more black, so I'm going to do my hockey stick's going to be black. I will probably put some distressing on it, but I want it black so that it stands out, because next to it is the, it's going this way. So the flagpole silver. So I didn't want the hockey stick to be brown or anything like that, because it's going to be over top of the brown maple syrup and the brown beaver. So I wanted to make sure there was like a contrasting color in there, but I will do some distressing. So that's the hockey stick. Should get this guy out of my way. And my Canada letters need to be done in black. Pretty soon we'll be gluing. Oh my goodness, we're almost there. So I don't think our coaster is going to be fully dry. I might have to show you. I'll show you what it looks like before we go, but I think I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow to take a picture, which of course I will do, so you can see. Do not stress if your letters break like this one has. It happens. The cuts are very fine, and it totally happens. And you just glue it. You're gluing it on anyway, so you just glue it and match it up, and it's fine. I will probably do 2 coats of this because I want my black to be crispy. If you find you've got a piece with a bunch of little pieces like this, you're doing a project with a bunch of little pieces, you can always make those tape pillows, which you've probably seen me make before, and stick down all of the pieces. Now, the question of the hour is, did I paint that the right way? Yes, I did. First time. I didn't even check. Whew, that was a 50-50 chance. We've all done it. We have all painted things the incorrect side, for sure. Okay, I need silver, and I need silver, and I need a little bit of black and a little bit of white on this guy. Oh no, these need to be white. My numbers. Oh, I think they are definitely wrong way. Make sure. That's backwards. That's right. Okay. Put you up here. These I'm going to do with my white sponge. Use a little bit more white paint for sure. Get some on here. There we go. You will go through a little bit more white and a little bit more. Oh, that was too much. Too much. That's what I mean when it goes globby and it goes down the edges. You don't want that to happen. I want my edges nice and crisp and clean. And by not having a ton of paint on my sponge, that's how we achieve that. I remember painting the pieces years ago with a paintbrush and being so frustrated, and many of you painting with me and being frustrated and being like, how do we stop this from happening? Because it would drip down the edges and then you would be mad and you'd have to paint all of the edges of your pieces. And it was so super frustrating. I don't even remember which creator put us on to using a sponge, but we were definitely happy to take that knowledge and run with it. All right, I need a clean baby white because I'm going to do a little bit of white on my little piece here. Just as a wash. So that wood is not quite as standout-ish. Standout. This is just a little itty bitty tie that's going to get tied onto the hockey stick with, I'm going to use this red and white butcher twine to tie mine. But you could use whatever color of twine you had available to you. I am going to, I feel like, where's that white sponge? This is the little face for the beaver. I'm going to do the teeth white. And I'm going to paint the nose black. My brush might be busted. It is what it is. If you're enjoying this content, please make sure to subscribe and to hit the heart button, leave us a comment. All of those things help us and cost you nothing. And so it's just another way for you to support our small business, and we really do appreciate it. So if you are still watching or you're watching on replay, please don't forget to do those things because it's super important to us. We really appreciate it. A little bit of black on that nose part. There we go. Done like dinner. So I just need my silver. I'm going to do some polka dots. I can do that now. I'm just going to use the back of my paintbrush. Sometimes I use a paint pen. I know that my white paint pens are not as crisp as I want them to be. So tonight I'm going to use the back of my paintbrush. I want some polka dots on this banner. So I like to load up my paintbrush so I can do several at a time. And I want a solid polka dot on there. So if you don't like polka dots, you don't have to have them. That's okay. I do think that it just gives it a little bit more dimension and interest, whatever you want to say. Visually, my eye likes it, so I'm going to do it. That's what I say. If you like the way it looks and it's your piece, then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Don't judge your art and your creation. Enjoy the process. That's what's so important. If I didn't have these Monday night lives, although some nights I am like veg on the couch, Monday is my day off. It's the day I do stuff around the house or with the kids or whatever. Errands, chores, fun stuff. So some nights I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it. But I'm telling you, every time I get here and I do it and I craft, I'm so thankful that I did because it just energizes my brain. I want some polka dots on this sky as well. Is there such thing as too many polka dots? I don't think so. How much is too much? I love it. It is giving like summer bathing suit. That's what my brain is like. Ooh, I like this. Super fun. I did not bring a chip brush over here with me, so I'm going to distress with my white sponge, which is probably almost dry and will be perfect. So if you've never seen this done before, I just hold my sponge at a bit of an angle and just rub it down the edge of my piece. So it makes it, again, a little bit of shadow, a little more dimension, making it not so flat black or flat any color, whatever color it is. And I don't get worried when it goes in the wrong place. Like it doesn't stress me out. I don't worry about it. So you can do that as well. I like to do it at this stage of the game because then I have a little bit more control over where it goes on my edges. I'm also going to do my flag pieces here, get some white on them. You do not have to do this. If you don't like the way this looks or it stresses you out, don't do it. Don't do it. Crafting is not meant to be stressful. The little sponges, though, do wonders. They do a great job. So I'm also going to do, I think the top of my maple syrup bottle is looking a little light. I might hit that again with some more. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to get some white on my beaver here. And I mixed that paint and I added black to the brown. So let's see what happens. It's a risk. Oh, I don't know why I was so stressed about it. There's a piece that goes over top of this. Silly Sarah. Oh, man. All right. Well. I do like that a little bit better. All right, I gotta go find my silver marker because I think everything else is painted. I gotta do silver here and I gotta do silver here. And then we should be ready to assemble. So let me grab that pen. Oh, wait, what color was this supposed to be? Oh, I need some brown stain. Whoops. And brown stain, which we're going to attempt to stain without the right sponge. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try it with a baby wipe and see. Oh yeah, perfectly fine. Probably can even do it like this. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? I'm glad you think it's fun and relaxing. I try. I want it to be fun and relaxing. Okay, I like that. I like that that's a little washed out. That's not quite as dark as normally that stain would be. Pretty light, but I like it. It's in contrast to those two colors. Yeah, I like it. Cool beans. I just need to do some silver on my flagpole here. I'm going to use my marker. I do love me some paint markers. They are definitely helpful for some of these tight spaces and some of the small pieces. Like I've been known to do some of these smaller projects all in marker. So don't let that stop you. And definitely I offer the markers to the kids all the time because they are far more familiar holding a pencil or a marker than they are a paintbrush. So if they're really worried about the finished look, this isn't a time for practice necessarily. So I let them use the markers so they can get that color on there that they want. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, we're almost there. So I do need to cut. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, this is for my truck insert. So this is a truck insert. That's probably what I should have said. I'm going to cut a piece of this twine that's too long. And I brought myself a little piece of tape because the hole on this, where this needs to go, is very tiny. And this twine frays like crazy. So this little bit of tape is going to help me get it through the hole. Mix it into a little bit of a needle on the end. And I'm going to tie this onto my hockey stick, but I'm going to wait until I got my hockey stick glued in place. And then I might end up giving this a little dab of hot glue later, just so that it stays put. The string is not going to hold it where it needs to be. It's what I was trying to say. So this is going here. Oh, and I just set my flag, my maple leaves flying. Let me grab some wood glue and we'll put it together. If you got our subscribers email last night, you will see all of the highlights for classes this week. Some really fun stuff happening. Kimisaga on Saturday, which I'm so stoked for. I need some friends to join me though, because right now the registration's looking a little slow. And I'm so pumped. I just can't wait to teach this one. So hopefully some friends will want to join me. And what else? Oh, resin and crushed glass are happening. Oh. There we go. I had to pass a test in order for TikTok to remain live. Oh, that's hilarious. I've never had that happen before. I'm getting glue all over the place. I should have just used my fingers. Boop, boop, boop. What else is happening? Resin and crushed glass, sun catchers, and we're doing macrame on Friday nights. We're making wall hangings. That's going to be a blast. The kids are doing a sketchbook on Thursday and craft club on Tuesday. So, and those programs are going to run all summer long. So if you've got kiddos who don't necessarily need to be in camp or you need a creative outlet for them, those two programs are running all summer, as well as our kids and teens classes like the one-offs, Learn to Stitch, Paint with Me, Pizza and Paint Night, all those are running all summer as well. So if you are doing staycation type deal this summer and you're looking for some one-off special events for you and the kiddos, or just the kiddos, there are lots and lots of options available. There will also be a creative studio every single day this summer. So you'll be able to come with the kiddos and create with them, which is super fun as well. So a little bit of a creative break every day if it's needed. And there are still some spots in camp. Not a lot of spots. We're getting close to being full. But there are still some spots. So if you're looking for a camp option for your kiddos, there is that as well. And we did open single days. We had some requests from parents who were like, we don't need a full week. We would really appreciate it if we could have just some single days. So we did. We opened that up. That will be available so long as camp isn't full. We have some weeks where camp is full. And if that's the case, then we cannot accommodate single days. But where we've got space, we will definitely accommodate single days. And you can find those on the website right now. They're ready to go. So if you're trying to get your summer plans together, or you know what, single days might work for those who are last minute as well, right? That might work as long as there's space, it'll work. So I think I got all this glued together. Just got to do the hockey stick and this big flag. And then I can put it, well, I'll try and put it in the truck so you can see what it looks like. Ooh, that looks crooked. Huh. That's weird. That looks better. Would like for you to be straight. Better. And the hockey stick. Macrame friend, yes, I think you will need two hands for macrame. Definitely. There's a lot of knot tying. Definitely, definitely. All right. So my little, I think I'm going to figure out, this is going to be finicky. I want it tied around the hockey stick into a little bow. I left it long on purpose so that I can adjust it and move it around. And a little bit higher. I don't know. It's awfully close to the poor beaver's face. I might just put a dab of glue and see if I can get that to stay put. Both of them. And then I will tie I just want a little bow. Oh, I didn't get that guy on. All the missing loose parts. I find them when I put it on and then pieces fall off. Whoops. You forgot that one. There. I think that's everybody. I think I got them all on. Maybe. These are definitely not dry. But it is cute. It certainly, this file embodies all of the things that make us famous. Maple syrups and beavers and hockey. I might have to hot glue this little butcher twine bow because it's not gonna stay. I don't think where I want it to be. Maybe it will. It's cute. Can't talk and concentrate at the same time. Oh yes, I like that. That's cute. Okay, all of the pieces are done. Let's see. I got to get some Velcro and we'll get this put together. Get this out of the way so you can see it done and how pretty it looks. All of that stuff out of the way. I'm a like perpetual cleaner. I need some Velcro pieces. I want you to see what this looks like. Oh my goodness, I nearly had an attack. I didn't know where the Velcro went. Found it. Cushion's fallen off of my chair. All right, let's try this. Okay. So currently my truck has lavender in it. So this is what it looks like on the white side with the lavender. It's a little bit hard to see, but I'll show you when I move the cameras. So we're going to put this on the black side and try. I don't trust myself to try and get that in there without looking. Oh, so stinking cute. Oh, look at it. Isn't that cute? I better pull this up just a little bit. There we go. Adorable. So cute. All right, so we're going to do Velcro on, and let me show you how I do that. So I already have Velcro there on those spots. So and you would think that I would have it be the right, so they were all the same, but I don't. So these are sticky, so I just peel them off and match them up. And one of them is wrong. I think of these things after the fact. I get so excited to put it all together, and then I'm like, oh shoot, darn, I should have matched them all up, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. We have to have new Velcro in the store all the time anyway, so I always have rolls of both. Because this is what we use for our ladders and for our trucks. Those are really the full-size ladders. The little ladders we don't need Velcro on. There's enough of a lean. But the full-size ladder, if it's going outside, I suggest you put Velcro on it. So then now, because that part's sticky, I can just line it up and give it a push. And now my Velcro is stuck to my piece. Oh, it's cute. I'm glad I did this one. I'm, like I said, not usually am I doing the Canada Day decoration, but I like this one. If you like it, let me know if you liked it too. It's cute. So on my truck, let me pull this up a little bit more. So I have lavender on this side, and I did choose to double side my truck because I think it's a waste to not be double sided. So lavender on this side, which coordinates with all the other lavender pieces, and then Canada Day on this side. And if you have if you put this out on a counter where it can be seen from both sides, it's kind of nice to have it not be blank on the backside. So yeah, and lavender on this side. I'm liking it. It looks good. I do like the black side with the red and the white. It's sharp looking. Fabulous. And I will show you. So our coaster ended up looking, it's still a little bit wet. You can still see white, but once it's completely dry, you won't see that white. I will definitely put, especially on, it's still wet, but these ones that have a little bit, you can see they're a little bit raised in the center. I will put another coat of Mod Podge so that I know that it's all, but it's really like the ones that are really thin, there's no roughness. You can't tell at all, but it looks cute. It'll look way better when it is fully dry. So this is an option for Creative Studio. Comes in 2 colors. You can make a set of 2. You can make a set of 4. It's completely up to you. You could do other things to them. You could paint them. You can decoupage napkins on them or fabric on them. We have all sorts of options, but these super cute floral coasters are a option for Creative Studio for our summer break. So that's June, July, and August. You will have the option to create these. So I would love to know what you think of tonight's projects. Leave me a comment, leave a heart, share, subscribe, like all of the things. We really appreciate it. It's so helpful for our business. And it lets me know that you want me to keep doing these lives on Monday nights. I wish I could do them every night. I really do. But I just don't have the ability to do that. So what else do you want to see me do live? I would love to do it. I was going to try and go live while I put together the subscription boxes, but it just didn't work. And we learned a lot putting together the first round. So maybe when we put together the July boxes, we can go live and do a packing video. That would be kind of fun. So yeah, so that's it for me tonight. Thanks so much for joining me on a Monday night for Make Something Monday. We're here every Monday night at 7 p.m. So set your watches or like and subscribe, and I'm sure you get notified that we're here. And if you are watching the replay after the fact, leave us a comment and let us know that you enjoyed tonight's video. We would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Take care, everybody, and we will see you in the studio this week, hopefully. All right, bye.